Watch. Must be waiting for more people. He must be talking to Sarah because she always sits right there. And when she gets up, she turns around and waves to me.
He's learning the tricks of the trade. He's a joke, right?
Just put the video on over here. Eight of us. Who else is here? Rivka probably. She doesn't leave the house.
When the music at Emmanuel series will continue with our guest choir, the Philip Hall Singers. And finally, we hope that you will join us for our
Zach, you qualify as a member of the Minyan here. We need you tonight because we do. La 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 Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher kidishanu b'mitzvotav Vitzivanu lehadlik ner Vitzivanu lehadlik ner Vitzivanu lehadlik ner Shel Shabbat La 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 la
Shabbat Shalom. Good Shabbos. Welcome to Temple Har Zion here and online. It's good to see everyone. And this weekend we are celebrating the Bar Mitzvah of Zach Ruman. How are you feeling? The honesty is good. But you will do wonderfully well, as you've already done with your Thursday morning minyan. And we're all very proud of you. You've been a part of this community for a long time. And all the community is here with you and wish you mazel tov, and to your whole family. And Sarah and Mike and Ben and Sadie. And wonderful to have your tutor, Rachel, with you as well, with us. As we prepare to begin our Kabbalat Shabbat service, our service created by the Kabbalists of Tzfat in northern Israel, who used to go out into the fields all dressed in white, their hearts full of yearning to greet the Shekhinah, to greet the bride Shabbat. So let us begin on page 5, Shalom Aleichem, the angels of Shabbat, joining us, Zach's Bar Mitzvah. Page 5.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Hasharet, Malachi Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachi HaMalachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Boachem Le'Shalom, Malachi Shalom, Malachi Yom, Mi מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ברכוני לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון. מי מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. צאתכם לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון. מי מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. We begin our Psalms on page 11. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, l'Adonai. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, l'Adonai. Naria, naria, letzuri shenu, nikad mafanav bitoda. Naria, naria, letzuri shenu, bizmi. Rot naria lo, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, l'Adonai. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, l'Adonai. Ki el gadol Adonai. Concluding on page 12. Arba'im shana kod bedor, va'omaram to'e levavim, vehem lo yadu dirachai, asher nishbati v'yapi im yivon el menuchati. Lai 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 lai. Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash, shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz, shiru l'Adonai varchu shemo, vasru miyom Yeshuato, sapru vagoyim kivodo, bechol ha'amim nivleotav, ki gadol Adonai, u'meulal me'od, no al kol Elohim, ki kol Elohai Mimelim Adonai Shamayim Asa Odiada Lefanav Ozve Tiferet Bemigdasho Havul Adonai Mishpechot Amim Havul Adonai Kavod Va'oz Havul Adonai Kevod Shemo Zeu mincha Ovo lechatzrotav.
Yeah. That's all I mean, I don't care if they know I'm on or not. Yeah, kept saying.
Lifnei Adonai, kiva lishpot haaretz, yishpot tever betzedek, v'yamim be'emunato. Page 15. Adonai malach hagel haaretz, Yismechu im rabim.
Please join me on the left-hand side responsively. Page 15. Adonai reigns, let the earth be glad, the many distant lands rejoice.
Clouds and thick darkness surround the divine. Righteousness and justice secure God's throne. Fire goes before God, consuming besiegers around him.
Flashes of lightning illumine the land. The earth watches and trembles. Mountains melt like wax at the approach of Adonai, at the approach of the Master of all the earth. Continue silently through to the bottom of page 16.
Or zaru al tzadik uleshre lev simcha simchu tzadikim b'Adonai v'yodu lezecher kodesho. These more on page 17. Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash ki niflaot asa Hoshia lo yamino uzeroa kodsho di Adonai Yeshuato le'enei hagoyim gilat tzidkato zachar chasdo ve'emunah Levet Yisrael Ra'u chol afsei haaretz et Yeshuat Eloheinu Hariu l'Adonai kol haaretz pitzchu v'ranenu v'zameru Samru l'Adonai v'chinor v'kol zimrat v'chatzot Tzerot v'kol shofar Hariu libnei HaMelech Adonai Yiram hayam umlo Tevel v'yoshvei Narot yimchau chaf Yachad harim yiranenu Lifnei Adonai kiva Lishbot haaretz Yishbot tevel b'tzedek V'yamim b'meisharim Yadai, dai, 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 Yadai, dai, 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 Adonai malach yirgezu amim Yoshev kerovim tanutaretz. It's page 19. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'ishtachavu lehar kodsho ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu.
Please rise. We're on page 21. The voice of Adonai thunders over the waters, splitting the cedars of Lebanon, making the trees dance like calves, but also gifting us the peace of Shabbat.
Mizmor David, Avul Adonai ben Elim, Avul Adonai Kavod Vaos, Avul Adonai Kivod Shemo, Ishtachavu Adonai Yadra Kodesh, Ekol Adonai Et HaKavod Dirim, Adonai al mayim, mayim rabim, kol Adonai b'toah, kol Adonai kol Adonai shomer rabim, vayeshaber Adonai את ארזי הלבנון וירקדן כמו עגל לבנון וסיריון כמו בן רעמים כל אדוני חוצב ליבות אש כל אדוני יכיל מדבר יכיל אדוני מדבר קדש כל אדוני חולל על ילות ויחשוף ובהיכלו כולו כבוד ישב לעולם אדוני עמו ייתן אדוני יברך עמו בשלום לילה לילה
Please be seated. We turn to Lecha Dodi, page 23.
לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה. לך דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. מקדש מלך מלוכה, קומיצי מתוך הפכה רב לך שבט ומקבחה, והוא יחמול עלייך חמלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. התנערי מעפר קומי, לבשי בגדי תפארתך עמי, על יד בן ישי בית הלחמי, קרבה אל נפשי גאלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כבאורך קומי אורי, 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 שיר דברי כבוד אדוני, עלייך נגלה לך דודי, לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לא תבושי ולא תקלמי, מה תשתחקי ומה תאמי בך יחסו עניי עמי, ונבנתה העיר על תהילה, לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. Let us turn to the last stanza on page 25, where we rise to greet the bride Shabbat. Boi v'shalom ateret bala, gam b'simcha u'b'tzola, toch emunei am segula, boi chala, boi chala. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
Please remain standing. We turn to the Baruch Hu, page 39b.
ברכו את אדוני המבורך. ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד.
Please be seated. And then 39a, we have our responsive reading on the most left-hand column, page 39a in the English. Beloved, are you eternal God, by whose design the evening falls, by whose command dimensions open up, and eons pass away, and stars spin in their orbits? Your rising sun and then spreading dust, creator of all, you are made manifest. Beloved, are you Adonai for this hour of nightfall?
ומעביר יום ומביא לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו, אל חי וקיים, תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, המעריב הרבים. אהבת עולם בית ישראל, עמך אהבת, תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת, על כן אדוני אלוהינו, בשוכבנו ובקומנו, נשיח בחוקיך, בחוקיך, ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו באורך ימינו, ובהם נגה יומם ולילה, ואהבתך תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשתם להיות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. Impress these words of mine upon your heart and upon your soul. Bind them as a sign upon your hand and as a symbol above your eyes. Teach them to your children by speaking of them when you sit in your home, when you walk on your way, when you lie down, and when you rise up. Inscribe them upon the doorposts of your home and on your gates. Vayomer Adonai Moshe lemor. Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem.
Please join me on page 43b for a responsive reading. You proclaimed the covenant on the seventh day. You declared it and decreed it. We listened. You loved this day. We inherited, delighting in its remembrance, and began its command with the word, remember, Zachor. From the time you bestowed it, joy filled the hearts of Yeshurun, the people you redeemed. You exalted Shabbat as a sign between us forever. In 6 days, your world was formed. On the seventh day, you rested. To honor your name, they sing songs of praise to the one deserving of praise.
We sing the song on page 44, the fourth line. Who is like you, Adonai, among the mighty? Yai bye bye bim bim bam, yabba bye bye bim bam, bye 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 bim bim bam, yabba bye bye bim bam. Mihi chamocha bailim Adonai, mihi kamocha nedar bakodesh, norati lo tosefele. Norate lo tosefele malchutecha ra'u vanecha bokei hayam lifnei Moshe zeli anu ve'ameru Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed v'nemar kifada Adonai et Yaakov ugalo miad chazak mimenu baruch atah Adonai Gal Yisrael. Ashkiveinu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'amidenu malkeinu l'chaim. Ashkiveinu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'amidenu malkeinu l'chaim. Ushmor tzedkenu uvoenu l'chaim u'shalom v'adon. Ashkiveinu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'amidenu malkeinu l'chaim. ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך, ברוך אתה אדוני, הפורס סוכת שלום עלינו, ועל כל עמו ישראל, ועל ירושלים. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. בני ישראל עוד לעולם, כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש. יתקדש ויתקדש שמי רבה, ועלמא דברה קירותי, וימליך מלכותי בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי לכל בית ישראל, בעגלה בעגלה ובזמן קריב יאמרו אמן. ישמר רבה מברך לעלמא לעלמיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה נמירן בעלמא ויאמרו
Our silent Amidah for Friday nights begins on page 47, go through to page 52.
Really different from a lot of our competitors. And the reason why is that this is 5 pounds of whole grain wheat flour. Okay? And this
Say shalom שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל.
Please remain standing. We turn to our Kiddush on page 55, and Zachary will lead us.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pri hagafen.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam
אשר קידשנו במצוותיו ורצה בנו, בשבת קודשו ובאהבה רצון הנחילנו, זיכרון למעשה בראשית, כי הוא יום תחילה נקרא קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי באנו בחרת, ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך ביד רצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. שכוח.
Manischewitz. Please be seated. Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom.
So Zachary, when I was your age, I lived in France. I had my bar mitzvah in Israel where I lived beforehand. But I lived in France, and all of my extended family lived very far away in Canada. And I had two aunts who would, despite the distance, regularly send me letters. Almost every few months, I'd get a letter. I would get notes. I would get gifts on my birthday and for holidays. And they were very far away, but they were also close. And sometimes 4 or 5 years would pass and I wouldn't see them, but I still felt a really strong connection and a warmth, that love of family and togetherness that's so important to all of us. So tomorrow in our Parsha, we're going to be reading the culmination of all the stories of the patriarchs and of the matriarchs, our forefathers and foremothers. And this is a Parsha that's, as Zachary, you will talk about tomorrow, about the blessings of Jacob to his sons, to his grandsons, and really about their life together now in Egypt and everything they endured together. And Jacob is approaching his death, and he calls over his son, and he makes him swear to do chesed ve'emet, to do loving kindness and truth with him, and to bury him in Canaan with his fathers. So Joseph agrees to do what his father asked him to do, and he makes a pledge that he will do it. Even though he did not know how he was going to fulfill this pledge, he still says, I will make it happen. I will do it for you, my father. And so this phrase chesed ve'emet in our tradition, which means loving kindness and truth, what it's come to mean for us is really doing something, a very intimate and powerful kind of act for a loved one. And in its most simple sense, it's burying someone, giving a burial, which is an act you do when you know you're going to receive nothing in return. So much of what we do is tit for tat. You know, I'll do something nice for you and you'll do something nice back for me. But when we bury someone, we know there's going to be no return, and we fulfill their wishes even though they've departed, and sometimes often requiring effort and expense. But chesed ve'emet is even more than that. It's also the act of my aunts, right? One day maybe I would reciprocate as a good nephew, and I've tried, but they were sending letters and gifts into the great unknown, into the ocean, Why were they doing it? Because they had big open hearts and loved family and who we were. And it was loving kindness, and it was coming from a place of truth and come from a place of true heart. It was kind and loving. And so our traditions, teachings developed. The dat chesed ve'emet is how we should live all of life. And this is how we emulate God, by living kindness and spreading that truth and that goodness. And then by doing so, we believe we have the power of fulfilling our mission as the Jewish people and fulfilling the Torah. And one day arriving to that time when the Lamb will lie down with the wolf. But for us, it begins with our families, and then it extends to our communities and to the wider world and beyond. But in our families is where we're first challenged to find that place of doing those acts of loving kindness and truth. So I was reflecting, Zachary, and I've been moved by all the close connections that you have with your siblings, and the respect you seem to have for each other, and the special togetherness that your whole family has, and really hold on to it and know that that will keep feeding your heart and keep feeding your soul, and always remind you how to walk in the world as your highest self, and being able to bring that warmth to everything you do and all the places that you will go. And there's this very beautiful passage at the end of our parasha, where at the end Joseph fulfills what his father asked of him. And he's an Egyptian official, an important one. And so he comes with a whole retinue to Canaan to bury his father. And he stops at the border, and then he walks up to Hebron. And there Jacob is buried in what must have been one of the grandest burials of the time. And Joseph really loved his father, and his father really loved him. And he filled his heart with truth and kindness to do as his father had asked him. We must imagine that his divine father also watched down with pride and love. Shabbat Shalom. Please rise for Aleinu, page 56.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות הארמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגור עלינו ככל עמונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינת עוזו בגובה מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אין עוד, אין עוד, אין עוד. נאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד ושמו אחד ושמו אחד ושמו.
Please be seated. We turn to our Mourner's Kaddish on page 58. This week, we are observing the following yahrzeits as a community: Sue J. Anzel, Bessie Babitsky, Lillian Beckwith, Lawrence Mitchell Benzuli, Mayor Berkson, Sylvia Brendel, Beatrice Brawl, Fanny Cohen, Arthur Dolnick, Anna Edelman, Helene Benzuli Engerman, Joseph Feitler, Abraham H. Geboff, Eva Glick, Irving Gold, Jacob Goodman, Morris Gottlieb, Bessie Gottlieb, Betty Greenfield, Marshall Greenfield, Sarah Kahn, Lillian Laval, Fanny Lavin, Joseph Mann, Emma Markle, Edward Mednick, Daniel Merrilman, Eva Morgenstein, Reva Pearl, Dave Rose, Aaron Rosenberg, Doris Olnitsky, Shirley Sams, Dorothy Schiff, Ida Schultz, Joshua Shapira, Harris Leesma, Gladys Sobo, Joseph Stagman, Dolan Stagman, Isaac Steinberg, Henry Stern, Seymour Traxler, Victor Weiss, Anna Willens. If you're observing a yard site or morning, please rise and join me in the words of the Kaddish Tom. Yitkadal v'yitkada shemei rabba, ve'alma divra kirute v'yamlich malchute, v'chai yechon v'yom yechon v'chayei b'chol Beit Yisrael, v'gala v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabba mevorach le'olam u'olmei almaya, yiparach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitchumam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitale v'yitalal shmei l'kudsha b'richu Le'ela minko berchata v'shirata, tush bechata v'nechemata damiran be'ama v'imru amen. Yehi shlam haraba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom mimomav v'yaseh shalom aleinu v'kol Yisrael v'imru amen. We now have announcements from Jerry.
Thank you, Rabbi. Here are the announcements for this January 6th and 7th. Yasher Koach Zach Ruman on the Haftorah and the coming of Bar Mitzvah tomorrow. Gratitude to board members Jay Michaels and Ed Schmidt for ushering and assisting services. Upcoming news, we are back with our regularly scheduled programming. Come join us for meditation tomorrow, Juniversity on Monday night, and Torah study on Thursday morning. Tomorrow morning, at 10:30, must be Sunday morning at 10:30, Stuart Rosenberg will present another session about rockers and machers, Jews who rock. A Chicago-based musician, producer, writer, and radio personality. If Stuart's previous offering is evidence of his capacity to engage the Har Zion audience, you don't want to miss this. Kef Mishpachti, our family fun program, focusing on the interests of families with kids up to 7 years old, is having another Hollywood Havdalah party in January. On Saturday, January 21st, beginning at 5:30, we will be showing the Disney film Luca. Plan on attending with your kids or grandkids. Our next Friday night is a delight musical Shabbat, will occur on Friday, January 27th. A simple meal will be shared at 6, followed by the lively musical Shabbat service at 6:30. If you plan to come for the meal, you must register. It's $10 per person or $20 per nuclear family. You have to register in order for the office to know how many people to expect. We've scheduled our congregational annual meeting for Sunday, January 22nd at 10:30 a.m. Come in person or virtually, but please attend. Now, Har Zion is reinstating our junior congregation, and we are looking for youth leaders to run services for either kids in kindergarten through 4th grade. And if you or someone you know might be interested, please contact David Schwartz. And here's a side note. Please replace the books in the pews with the binding facing up. The binding facing up. Again, Mazel Tov to the Ruman family. Join us for Kiddush and Kibbutzing following services, and Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Excellent. Let us conclude our service. We'll sing Adon Olam, which we can find on page 211. Adon Olam asher malach b'terem kol yitzir nivra et nasa v'hefzo kol azay melech shimo nikra v'yacharei kichlot hakol levado yimlo nora והוא היה והוא עובד והוא יהיה בתפארה והוא אחד ואין שני לעם שלו להעבירה ולרשת ולתכלית ולא העוז בעם ישראל והוא אלי וחי גואלי וצור חבלי ביצרה והוא נשא ומנוס לי מנת כוסי ביום קרב בידו הפקיד רוחי וידישן ויעירה ואמרוכי גביעתי אדוני לי ולא אירע.
Please rise for our concluding bracha. Kadosh Baruch Hu, Holy One, blessed be He. Bless Zachary and his family on this Shabbat. May we all strive to do chesed ve'emet, love and loving, truth and loving kindness with our families and thereby to embody it to all. And let us say Amen.
יברכך אדוני וישמרך.
May Adonai bless and protect you.
יאיר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונך.
May Adonai's countenance shine upon you. May Adonai bestow kindness upon you.
יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך שלום.
Adonai's countenance be lifted towards you. May Adonai grant you peace. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Mazel tov.